So you bought your wee Husqvarna 120 Mark II. You've assembled her, you put the chain on her, you filled her with chain oil, you put your petrol and 2-stroke in there, you've primed her, you've set the choke on, you've started her. She's starting, but once she revs up, she starts to cut out and dies out when you pull the full trigger on. That is the most common thing to happen to a 120 Mark II. It doesn't happen to them all, but when these are created, these are built in the factory, some of them aren't set up properly and they're not tuned right, so you'll have problems. So I'm going to tell you what to do. I'm going to tell you what Husqvarna doesn't want you to know. They don't want you to know that's an issue with these saws, but I actually sell these saws in my day job, so I have learned what the problem is and learned how to solve it. If your saw is either not starting or starting and dying out, I'll have to pull this out of the way, sorry. There is something you can do. First choice to get back to the shop, but if that's not an issue, if you bought it from an online retailer or something and it's not possible, you'll see there's a thing here. You see low, L and H means low and high. That means throttle, but don't touch that. That doesn't really matter. That's the adjust the throttle, but you shouldn't have to do that. It should be set up right. It's a low and high jets and your carburetor is not set up right. So what you do, you need a screwdriver like this, a special screwdriver you get from Husqvarna. It's hard to show you, but there's a special spline in that nothing else will fit. Let's see, get it right up TC. Still not showing it properly, but it's a splined round screwdriver, and there's two holes on there below the low and the high. And what you do is you put it in. There's a little thing that a little jet clicks onto it like that. What I do is I mark this screwdriver. What you do, you screw that jet all the way in, but don't be rough with it, just till it's fully in clockwise. And the same with the high jet, screwed all the way in clockwise. And then what you do is you slacken it 1 turn and 1/2 turn, and you do that in the both. And what that'll do is that enables your saw to start, and once your saw is starting, you can work at it. And then if you rev it up and it's dying out, what you do is you start adjusting these. And I would recommend, if she's starting, leave the low one alone, but you screw it the high one. And if she's bogging down, not revving up, you start adjusting her back. And if she's getting worse, you adjust her forward a bit. And you have to mess around with it a little bit, but I would say probably open her out till you feel her opening up and revving high, and then you know you're in business. Either that, take it back to the shop, but that's what the issue with your new Husqvarna 120 will be once you buy it. If you have an issue, that's what it is.